Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. Today, I'm gonna be real with you. It's Monday. I know it's the weekend show with Mediumjay, but it's a fucking Monday. It's the weekend show, but it's a Monday. You know what I mean? And I've just been fucking lazy. I don't know what it is. Something going around. I've just been in that zone of just saying fuck it. If it don't kindle joy, why? Like Future rapping in the studio. Trapping to get it again. That's how I feel. Like I just, today I don't even want to go to the gym. It took so much yesterday to just go to the gym, and I did fuck all after that. I had a few fucking shots of Grey Goose, just drinking, sipping, just playing video games, and even then I was just playing video games, getting my ass whooped, and I go, today is one of those days where I'm a perpetual loser. I went to the gym. I did go to the gym and everything, and it was nice. I felt good about the gym, but after that, it was just one of those like, and it's, I'm sure people out there have those days where, no matter what you do, you go to try to talk to a girl or something, and she's just like, nah. You know what I mean? You go to the store, you hit your cards declined. You're like, I guess I spent all my money. You know what I mean? You gotta, you're sitting at home drinking, and you go, I don't even like drinking. You know what I mean? You're drinking and you're just drinking just because you're trying to get your mind off of it, off of whatever. You had a bad day, right? I think, I'm pretty sure. I mean, everyone has bad days. It's how you deal with them, though. Like, I could let that kind of go through, I could let that go through me and kind of shake me to the core. Or I can, pick myself up by my bootstraps, lace up my shoes and get back on that horse, right? Saddle up, baby. You know what the fuck going on today? It's that turnaround. It's that motivation Monday. I was gonna call this shit mundane Monday, but that shit's too negative, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get the motivation for Medium. I gotta fucking dose myself, or else I'm gonna be fat, and then motherfuckers are gonna start denying me on Lyft and Uber. Y'all see that shit? Oh man, this rapper, her name's what is it? A Detroit rapper, Dank Demoss. She's suing Lyft, right? Now I'm like, yo, go get that bag, right? If you know what I mean, fat bitches, can sit in cars, right? I had a fat bitch actually. Way back when I was I used to do a taxi service, right? I had this little taxi service. Side note, did not pay taxes on a taxi. Did not pay it was like an under the table, like, because I ended up driving a lot of prostitutes and a lot of like drug dealers. It was crazy. It was like a shady thing. And then I had this one fat chick, and she was just blowing weed in the car, and I was like, this is hella disrespectful. She was like drinking all drunk and partying, and she was talking real loud and shit, like one of those in my car on the speaker, talking to, like, yeah, I'm just got this guy driving me around right now. Yeah, I'm with my girls in the back, or she had her friends, some niggas or girls, I don't know who. It was just crazy. It was one of those big body chick, bro. I'd say 300, 350, 350, something like that. She was around there, but it was like that. I remember when she got into my car, I was like, oh God, please, car. You know what I mean? Don't nothing fuck, because you could just feel the wear and tear on your car. Like, it just tilts to the fucking, when she got in, it tilted to her side. Like an all-encompassing, like this, you could hear the engine running harder. You know what I mean? The tires are like dragging on the the frames getting all bent out of shape. It was bad, and she wasn't nearly. I took a look at this chick, Dank Demoss, the chick that's suing. Honestly, most cars, and I'm pretty sure the Lyft driver's car, like they got cars that are like rated to haul things, right? And like it's not to be offensive, but like if your car can't, like 500 pounds, right? which is like 5 people all spread out throughout the, well, not 100 pounds. I'd say about three to 4 people, guys, girls, whatever, spread out through. But if it's just 500 pounds on this one particular tire set of like the axle, it's all bent on this. It's all fucking shifted to the left, or to the right on the passenger side. Like it's tough, right? It's tough to say, because this chick was like 500. You know what I mean? If you look at her, she's one of those chicks you look at and you just go, like, how do you get to that? How do you get to that point where you're that big, and like she's a rapper, like she has to go out and do shows, I'm sure. And this is the best thing for rappers nowadays, right? You're just that big. Like Dave Blunt's is a perfect example. Dave Blunt's and her should get together and just do a track, and people will go, wow, this is crazy. Like, two big bodies or something like that. Just call it two, you know what I mean? Call it, a Lyft or something. We give it a Lyft, or fuck Lyft. I don't know. It's just one of those fucking things where it's like, it's so ironic that Lyft couldn't give her a lift, but you know what I mean? It's just fucking ridiculous that chick is that big. And Dave Blunt's too. They're just rappers. And I think Snoop Dogg was making fun of fucking Dave Blunt's or whatever for sitting down at shows. But it's like, yo, sitting, like, I don't want that guy running and doing full-on cardio sets while rapping, because that dude looks like he's gonna have a heart attack soon, right? That chick looks like they look like they're not making it, past 40, right? They're, those, whatever age they are now, it's a lot of wear and tear on that, you know what I mean? I'm about 6 pounds over my ideal weight. I like to stay around, 215. 210 is like where I'm good. If I get to 200, I'm cut, or I'm fucking really like dying, right? I'm like, I haven't been eating in a while, right? But I'm right now like 220, 221. And that, like 5-6 pounds, I'm feeling that sluggish. I couldn't imagine being that big and just fucking doing things. Like, how do you get out the house, right? Like, first of all, you gotta kick down. The doors are only like this big, right? Most doors are what? You know what I mean? If you put your elbows out, you can't walk through most doors. So like, how, like a motherfucker that's stomach is this big coming out this big, you can't go sideways. Like, they have to like shimmy out, or like I bet they just take the bacon grease that they had that morning and they just butter up themselves, and they just run through the doors. It's crazy, like having double wide doors. Like, it's like I can't get the single doors. You know what I mean? They pull up at the venue. I know I'm making fun of fat people, but honestly, I've been there. I was out, but not like there. I've been there, but nowhere near that big. I was like, I was hitting 230, actually 240. I think I might even hit 250 at one point. And now it was like all stomach 250, because I had like pretty small legs for the amount of stomach. Kind of got, just when I'm eating like that and being a lazy piece of shit, it all just goes to your stomach, and you get that overhang on the stomach, and that's horrible. That's like it's the worst look, where you look down straight and you can't see your dick, and you go, God damn it, I gotta make a change, man. I gotta fucking do something about this. That's bad. I couldn't imagine having the fat over the legs, over the things where you have to like, the rolls of fat is bad. That's really bad, right? And it sucked to just, have to call up the fucking venue that you perform at and go, listen, you guys don't have double wide doors available. I can't perform. And they go, what the fuck is this bougie bitch? No. Talk to my manager about this shit. And the manager will go, really cool, like, listen, Dank Demoss wants to do your show and everything, but she's a big body. She got a big body, right? This bitch is gonna, she's gonna need some room, if you know what I'm saying. And make sure the stage is supported. You know, you got metal beams underneath the stage or something, because you know what I mean, motherfucker. And any chairs in the green room, just make sure if they're not rated at least 500-600, make sure they're chairs you don't mind losing. It's bad, man. I feel sorry for those. I feel sorry for those kinds of people, man, because I could see myself in that. I could see myself just eating, because it's fun, man. Eating is fun. It's so fun to just sit down and go, yo, I got this big family bag of chips, but it's just gonna be for me, man. There ain't no family. It's just eating my chips, on the couch, having that shoveling chips in your mouth, or eating like cookies or chocolate bars. It's so easy. And soda too. Like, you drink soda, like, I'm trying to get back on the water kick, but you drink nothing but soda for so long that you end up fucking almost like, or you drink water for so long, and if you drink soda, it's like fucking an instant addiction, man. Like, something about the caffeine that just makes you just want to keep hitting, and then you get a buzz off of, right, the caffeine, or the high amounts of sugar, even the sodium too, right? There's sodium contents in like the sugar-free sodas, right? The diet sodas, but there's still a hell of a lot of sodium, which fucking, I don't know what it does to your brain, but it activates something where you just go, fuck it, why drink water? I got fucking Sprite in the I got Coke in the fridge. I got some, Pepsi or whatever you got. It's like, why drink water like a fucking peasant, right? It's fucking, it's one of those things you can easily get wrapped up into being unhealthy. But water tastes so good when you're, tired, when you come home, no, when you wake up late in the middle of the night and you drink that glass of water when you're all tired. That water is so good because it's sustenance. It's something of substance. It's something of value, right? Well, speaking of substance, right? I was watching that movie a while back when it first came out, The Substance, with Demi Lovato. I think it's Demi. Is it Demi? No, Demi Moore. Sorry. Demi Lovato is a whole nother chick. But both Demis, and to be honest, pull up two pictures of each chick and tell me if they don't look like sisters, baby. But Demi Moore was in this one fucking movie, The Substance, and man, it's such a movie where you go, I could see the way women kind of think, right? Like usually most guys probably go, man, she's just a pretty girl. She gets everything handed to her, right? But I always thought, like, once the pretty girl stops being she gets older, right? It must suck so much to just watch people slowly lose interest in you, because no matter what you did, unless she had like a bang, but even then, you have a banging personality and you're just the dopest chick, you know what I mean? Like, she's still old, right? Like, she's still old and aging, and she, like, it goes from, like, guys always were talking to her like she's the belle of the ball, if you will. Everybody's trying to hook up with you, to like, there's like and then there becomes like, okay, now only this group of guys are hitting. Okay, now now the young guys are off the table. It's now these guys, and now it's just desperate guys. Now it's guys that have little to no confidence, that would have probably never talked to me while I was hot, are now starting to feel like they got enough juice to come hit me up because I'm getting older, right? Like, those types of fucking women I feel for. It's gotta be a pain to be fucking it's like you were a celebrity without doing anything except just having natural God-given looks, and then just slowly time takes it away, right? Like, and the substance perfectly portrays the movie, that the image of the star in Hollywood, right? Like, you were this, she was like a Jane Fonda doing shitty dance workouts, right? Like, nothing really to, back your career on, shitty workout tapes. You know what I mean? How many points is she getting off of being the face of calisthenics for women or whatever? But, slowly in the modern age, which, well, I mean, I'll spoiler alert. I gotta fucking talk about the movie. She was this Demi Moore, had this guy come up to her and go like, "There's this dope ass, some hot dude, right? Some hot guy. There's this substance that you can take that'll make you young again." She's like, "What? That? You know what I mean? It'll fucking help me with this and that." So she fucking goes down to the sketchy underground basement laboratory. The guy is fucking real sketchy. First off, it's like a horror movie at certain points, but it's it shows like the I guess the what people are willing to do to keep their looks, right? Like, and again. And we're talking I'm talking like it's a given, but I haven't shaved. You know what I mean? I just came back from work. I'm literally debating on whether I should go to the gym, and I'm going like, yeah, goddamn, man, society, all these people want to take shortcuts. I honestly, it's kind of like the substance reminds me right now what's going on with like Ozempic, right? Like, people are taking shortcuts. And Demi Moore in the movie, she was an old bitch, granted, but an old bitch I wouldn't even mind fucking. It's confidence, I think. Like, there's some old chicks that hold themselves right? Like, you know what I mean? You be more of a provider and more of a mothering, naturing spirit type chick once you get older. And if you felt like you lost out, hell, there's still a whole bunch of, things you could do. You could go volunteer at a fucking daycare or some shit. You could go spend your time reading books to children in a library. You could do some bullshit that'll fucking still keep you fucking, you know what I mean? And you meet some nice, daycare worker dude. You meet some nice guy that's fucking at a school or an event or whatever, volunteer at the, you know what I mean? But, get yourself up and at them. I think a lot of these girls, right, they rely too much on their sexual proclivity, and like with OnlyFans, especially nowadays, it's like it's perfect where like it's a movie where it's like these young girls coming up, right? And side note, that movie, The Substance, she like you take this thing, right, this magical substance, and here's what I didn't understand. Her fucking another person came out of her, right? Like, her back split open, and then a nice young hot chick came out of her, and then you go, holy fuck, she's just shedded her old ass skin. Now she's some beautiful fucking young 21-year-old chick. But the fucking girl was a different girl, I think, and it was like she had to go back into her old body every 7 days or every 2 weeks, something like that. She had to go back into her old body. So she was the other girl, and then they ended up and this is what wasn't really clear on the movie direction they were going. Like, she started fighting with herself, her old self, her new self. They hated each other. The new girl was out partying, doing coke and Molly and all that shit, partying with, living that lifestyle of young famous model type shit, fucking Pete Davidson or whatever. That in real life, that girl that played the young girl of Demi Moore's character, hot ass chick, got naked multiple times. she fucked Pete Davidson. So that's what Pete Davidson's still running bases. He's still going. This motherfucker's still going. He hit Kim Kardashian and went on a fucking. He's just like, all right, fucking every chick now. He is the walking life Diddy party, bro. I don't know, man. He's just, but he's he's waiting for them to age into a certain point and their fame to get to a certain, and he's just banging them all. It's genius. Whatever fucking Pete Davidson's on, man. I wish I could be that kind of guy, but I don't care that much. I don't care about like. You know what I mean? I don't care. It's just nice to get some pussy. I don't want to get wrapped up in the partying and the doing, because every girl has their weird shit that you get dragged into, right? Like I once had this one chick, and I was fucking her, and whatever. I was hooking up with her, but then she told me like, okay, before we chill right now, I gotta go drive, and I gotta go peep out my ex that I haven't been with for years, because he fucked my life over. So I'm driving her to her ex's, and he's like, we're going to Costco where he works, and get down if you see him, because he's crazy and this and that. But I got a restraining order against him. And it was one of those things where I go, she might be driving me into like some shit where I'm gonna get shot up, or you know what I mean? Like guys like, who the fuck is this guy with this chick, or with my, you know what I mean, with my ex that's like following me, like, or you know what I mean, whatever it is, like she was like just trying to peep him out. Like I'm like, yo, he's at work. And he's like, I think he could be cheating. It's like, oh, there's his car, but I want to make sure he goes to his car. And I was like, without any, you think he's picking up some chick at Costco and bringing her home type shit? Like, it was like, and I'm like, y'all ain't even together. It was like, getting roped into that is just like, I just go, I'd rather be alone. Put that, like, again, I've seen where pussy takes a motherfucker. Right? It's like, what zero pussy does to him. Everyone wants to talk about what zero pussy does to a motherfucker. But now, to think about what pussy does to a motherfucker. Like, yeah, I've watched my homie go into the trap with bed bugs. Trap house. Straight trap house, motherfucking selling. Spend the night, right? So he spent the night with this stripper. And he's like, yo, he fucking finally smashed and hit and everything. But he woke up covered in bed bug bites. And then fucking a chick came in, yeah, some crazy prostitute came in screaming, CJ Murphy shoved a machete up my pussy. Oh my god, I was so scared. And he was like, the way she was describing it, it's almost like she was into that type of shit. Like, so that's what her and CJ Murphy do every once in a while. Like, yeah, bitch, snip this coke off a blade, and you better pay me back, bitch. I better pay me back. She's like, oh. And pull it out. You know what I mean? I would assume that he had the guard on. I don't think he's good. You know, he's a motherfucker. It's one of those things where you just kind of put it up there. You know what I mean? Or just put the tip in there and just say, "I'll fuck you up." I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't live that lifestyle, right? And that's one of the main reasons why I don't get pussy, right? I'm too afraid to shove a machete up it. Like some of these girls, man. Some of these girls will just ask for some of the weirdest shit that choke me. I was chilling with Javon the other day. This nigga, why he say, yo, this one chick wanted me to piss on her. I was like, yo. And he was like, yo, she was a badass chick too. You would have never thought of it. Like the prettiest girl. And it's like, she's just like, yo, piss on it. And I was like, so where'd you piss on her? He was like, oh no, we went to the bathroom and shit in the tub. I'm like, oh, that's a professional piss chick, right? She just knows. Because he was like all worried. He's like chilling on the couch. I'm like, what happened? Like if that's what she's into, you gotta kind of worry about where the piss is going. You know what I mean? But yeah, like those chicks, right? Like fucking, there's so many girls out there that are into some of the weirdest shit. Like I am happy just, you know, putting a finger up a girl's butt, and, you know, maybe smelling it and going, not bad. You know what I mean? I'll put my tongue in her ear or let her tongue in my ear. Other than that, man, I don't even want a girl eating my ass, right? Like I guess I'm vanilla. I'm very vanilla when it comes to sex, cause like, yo, hearing some people's weird fetishes, right? Like there's some women that are just straight up fucking whores, and their body counts are well over the hundreds, and you go, jeez. But that's not that bad. At a certain point, like every person's different, right? So like this shit I think it's the shit that you end up doing, right? Like you could fuck like 4 guys in your whole life, but if those 4 guys tied you up, shoved bananas up your ass and marbles, in your whatever, you know what I mean, and fucking, or you know what I mean, like just completely degraded you to the point where, I mean, you know what I mean, or if you just had missionary sex with 100 guys and with a condom on, and it was all lovingly and tender and shit. It's like, yo, you gotta do a guy that does the track record of the mileage on a bitch, right? Like it's like buying a car, right? A lot of times men treat women like cars. They're nice to drive, and it's amazing when you rent a car. It's a little bit more expensive, right? In the long term, if you're renting a car, you don't own it, but you don't have the headache of like, you put the seats back, you're smoking in that motherfucker, like, you know what I mean? You're driving like a douchebag, right? You're like revving the engine at the lights. It's rented, right? Who gives a fuck? You leave the fucking lights on while you go, you know what I mean? Like, it's rented, fuck it, man. You end up opening up the trunk, shoving a bunch of random shit in there, you know what I mean? You're like, your fucking buddy's saying, I don't think it's gonna fit. You're like, man, fuck it. You're messing up the paint job inside. I don't give a fuck, man. It's one of those things, man. And that's with women too, right? And with rented cars, you don't fucking check the mileage. But when you're buying a car and you're trying to settle down with the car, right? You're ready to own this car, take it home and put it in your driveway. You want a car that as least amount of people touched as possible, right? If it's a dealership car, it's good, right? Like it's a car that's just had a couple flings in high school. You know what I mean? A car that's been to college now. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta ask what the car was doing in college. This is an amazing. I love this kind of this metaphor. But what was that car doing with how many people in college? Because college is those experimental years, right? You gotta understand, man. The mileage is a factor. Wear and tear is a factor. With fucking. Sometimes, man, it's just the guys too, right? The guys, like, this bitch is only with coke dealers. You gotta go, man. Coke dealers will fucking. Coke motherfuckers would get this bitch high off coke, do some coke himself, and then fuck her for hours, and that shit blows out the put. That's like, drag racing, right? The coke dealer is the equivalent of, you get buying a car and you go, wait, the guy was a fucking, the guy had Fast and Furious stickers put, you know what I mean? He had fucking, a profile, on his Facebook, it's a profile picture of a fucking, Vin Diesel, it's like fucking some family or something like that, some bullshit, and you go, God damn, my car, I just bought this car, and the previous owner is the guy that fucking took it out for drag races all day. The frame's gonna fall off of, you know what I mean? It's fucking, you put it under high amounts of pressure, right? Same thing with these bitches. When bitches are put under extreme amounts of pressure, and everybody wants a big titty goth girl, right? Until you have them, and then you go, this chick's fucking crazy, dude. Like, she gets off on pain, and like a goth literally cuts themselves and does fucked up shit, and you gotta go, why do you do that? And she goes, I like pain. So, you know what I mean? You gotta do this weird balancing act of loving and hating on a chick, and it's like we're in a love mode, and then it pains you because you gotta turn your back on the bitch, and you gotta tell her no. You know what I mean? You gotta tell her nah. You ain't, there's no. It's tough wrangling. You know what I mean? It's like farming, right? Like you gotta look after it. You gotta tend to the hens, right? And women nowadays are so fucking complex, and the simplicity works to a certain extent, right? The chick always gets bored, right? Honestly, guys, we're competing with TikTok, we're competing with fucking Instagram algorithm, we're competing with literally modern day fucking equivalent of like supercomputers, right? In the pockets, or AI. You can fucking, if she really wanted, she could hit up an AI boyfriend, VR goggles it on, right? Have that fuck machine connected to her OnlyFans links and shit. So every time you log on to see her live streaming on OnlyFans or ChatterBait or whatever, or Pornhub, or fuck it, I don't even know what the YouTube nowadays. You're allowed to just stream porn. I don't know. She's on X or whatever. And then every time you tip, the fuck machine's fucking her. But in her mind, she's out blasted in the VR thing, and she's getting crazy dopamine from whatever, or she hooks up a fucking vibrator to herself, and then some guy in fucking Honduras is fucking, you know what I mean? And anytime he's clicking a pen, it somehow is linked to her thing. She's just getting buzzed off of that, man. It's crazy the shit that women have now, and guys too, right? I heard of this thing called the auto blow, right? And it's this fuck machine, or it's a suck. It's not a fuck machine. It's a suck machine, right? And I'm pretty sure the modders could probably mod it, right, to just take out the sucking part and then throw in like an ass and a doll behind it. Have a fucking turn it into a fuck machine, right? But either way, it's like a machine that it's like. It goes at like 1200 RPMs. It rotates mouth, spinning. It gives you the greatest suck that you ever had, and you go, "Well, can women compete?" A normal, there's some girls that suck dick pretty good, but can you beat a machine, right? Like there's so many things that scare me, right? They talk about AI taking people's jobs. But you never thought AI would take blowjobs, right? Like these auto blow sucks are legitimately like they are programmed with AI intelligence to, and you go, how much technology do you need in a suck machine? But they have those, right? And it says on the box I mean, not that I would know. It sounds like I bought it. I don't have those things. It does the way I'm talking about it, and for people that are just hearing it the first time, they're gonna go, "This nigga clearly has several laid out in the house all around." It's one, I flip the couch over. There's an auto blow. There's one in the bed. There's one in the fucking. There's one in the. I hit a button. And the fucking bookshelf turns around, and it's like just auto blow here, a real life sex doll there. There's like I don't know, a sex swing. I got my Christian Grey, fucking 50 Shades of Grey setup going, but in reality, man, I think it's tough nowadays for real with women and men. It's tough to. Because we're both fighting for each other's attention, and at the same time with phones, and especially this is a podcast, right? This podcast, if successful, would ideally have people listening and then tuning in for an hour, right? There's an hour that goes, right, I'm trying to take away from you, and it's with this. Each time I do a podcast, I want to take 1 hour away from you per week, or whenever, how many times I do this podcast. This is why I kind of get too in critical thinking, where it's like, man, do people really need another podcast? Do people really need another distraction? I appreciate when people link up, get together, and don't post pictures, right? Like I sometimes catch myself taking pictures, taking videos or whatever, and I go, fuck, I'm being that guy, not enjoying the moment and do it. But and it's just, it is what it is, man. And sometimes, like, I seen this this post that was saying, like, every time I didn't take pictures, I don't know why people talk about staying in the moment. I forget. I forgot what it was like. I wish I had a picture to solidify the moment that I had. But when I look through my pictures, I just get jealous because I go, oh, that looked so much like, you take a picture, everyone's smiling. But when you remember the intricate details of the event, you go, man, I wasn't just sitting there posing with my friends, smiling, and you know what I mean? I wasn't just, it was more like we were talking. You remember the conversations, and to pull out your phone and record, hey, let me just record what we're talking about right now. That's real cringe. That's real tough. It's real tough to just go, hey, instead of doing that, let's do a whole podcast right at this restaurant or bar or lounge or whatever, right here, right now. Let's just talk. Let's just record what we're talking about because it's fucking lit, dude. Nah, man. Some things are meant to be private, and the funniest thing, when we were at, side note, when we were at Thatcher's fucking show, I don't even know if he wants me to say this. Actually, I shouldn't say it. I'm gonna say it, man. He was a little bag of coke. He's like, yo, the coke fell out on stage and he left it when he got off stage, and he's like, I'm surprised no one took it. But he's like, that was like $500 worth of coke, bro. I was like, damn, dude. I don't know much about coke, but people get real when we started chilling back at Fresh's manager's fucking Nick's place. We went back to Nick's place. We were chilling, and then they kept asking him for coke. I get why people get really stingy on coke, right? It's a crazy substance. It's the substance, but Thatcher just dipped out real quick. Yeah. Moving on, man. What should we talk about? I think Nancy Pelosi pulled out of NVIDIA, right? I don't know what's going on with NVIDIA. It dropped significantly over the few years. It was at a ridiculously high price. I'm still invested in it. I still put in money. But again, man, I'm one of those fucking losers that always hear things. I'm the public, right? I always hear things that are too late, right? I can't get off the bandwagon soon enough, or I can't buy quick enough. But if it's hit an all-time low for the last few years of NVIDIA, especially because computer chips, everyone's buying computers still. They're still being made. NVIDIA is one of those biggest chip processing, computing, whatever companies there is, right? But I think people are getting more upset about new technology, especially gaming. Gaming is big for those. They're the main industry of the chips or whatever that they produce, and it's the RTX 5090, whatever super grade fucking processor or whatever that they're making. And people go, here's what it looks like, the old version, and here's what the new version looks like. Right? Or people are like, yo, it's so advanced, like my computer can't run these graphic chips, right? You go side by side, nothing's really that special, right? Like the video games, I think we peaked after, like a couple years ago, we really peaked to the point where, and I would say within the last decade or so, 2020, we're in 2025, 24, I mean, last GTA, right? The GTA, I remember playing the GTA going, this is insane. Now, they haven't made a GTA since, and people still play that shit, right? Like, that's the point. Like, my old Xbox, right? The old Xbox I got, Taylor got to me. Shouts out to Taylor, man. And this is so funny. It was a side note, this. Fucking, Taylor's like, yo, he was like telling his brother, he's like, yo, I gotta get Jeff. I'm gonna give Jeff the Xbox that we had sitting in the basement or whatever. The old Xbox day one. He's like, he's got nothing. And I was just sitting there going like, I got nothing. Just coming out of the fresh out the Fed, fresh out the Fed. I had nothing, man. My stupid bitch ass landlord, man, he took so much shit. Now, if I do the calculations of all the shit he owes me, or he owes me after running out of rent a month, and I ran out for 1 month, maybe 2 months. No, it was 1 month. 1 month I didn't pay, right? Plus, well, the damage deposit, clearly I didn't get back. I did fuck up the windows, and I was writing Fauci on the walls. Maybe all in all, if we looked at it, I still think, because I lost my TV, my Xbox, the controller, you know what I mean? Fucking 2 iPhone, and then I had a fucking one of those, like, not like a Google Pixel, but like low end version, like the low end whatever phones, but it's still a phone, about $200 there. The iPhone 12 Max, 800. Fucking a lot of my comic books. Surprised you didn't take my Yu-Gi-Oh. I got my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And like a lot of clothes. I'm missing a lot of clothes. Like, I think they just literally, as family, like, just picked through my shit and just, hey, what do you want? What do you want? You know what I mean? Like, his family just came through and took some of my shit. So when I was telling Taylor that, like, on the first time we went to the bar, we were just talking like, yo, how you been, bro? It's been months since I talked to you. And I'm like, yo, man, I got nothing. I just was like, yo, I got fuck all, dude. I got just telling him all this shit that I'm missing, that just fucking nothing, man. Getting kicked out. I'm living at my mom's, bro. I got fuck all. But I'm gonna bounce back for sure. But it's just one of those things where he's like, he's got nothing. And it was like, it became an ongoing joke where I would just sit there and go, well, I got nothing. Hey guys. Hey, it's your boy Mediumjay. Welcome to the weekend show. I got nothing. You know what I mean? It's funny, but yeah. But the Xbox, right? The old Xbox still works perfectly. I'm playing with people, but I could definitely feel there's a little bit of a lag, right? There's the guys that are processing their game information, probably like 0.5 to 0.8 milliseconds. No, not milliseconds, sorry. Seconds. Points, they got like at least 0.5 to maybe even a second of like their things are like, they'll shoot their guns, I'll shoot my guns. We'll be ideally at the exact same time, but their computer, game, chip, whatever that they're using, system registers me dying before I can even register them. The bullets shooting into my game on my screen shows me shooting at dudes, and then I'll just die, and I'll go, what the fuck? But it's because they're shot at me at the same time, and their shit processed it faster. So that's really sucks, right? And I'm eventually gonna have to upgrade. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not that big of a deal, because most of the time when you're playing video games anyways, the second, and it's not really a second, we're talking milliseconds of like, I just, in those fucking fast games where it's like, you get a bit of a lag. And even then, there's times when I'm not lagging. There's times when I go, wow, I'm running. Maybe I got the fastest connection. You know, I'm playing with a bunch of guys in rural India or something like that. I'm playing with, like, you know, a bunch of dudes in a third world country, and they got all fucking terrible connection. And I'm just running around the map shooting these guys from behind and shit like that. So it's yeah, like the chips nowadays, right? They don't, and one of them. Like, this is what really weirded me out. And I got him to explain it to me like at least 10 times while he was explaining it. He's like, dude, you don't understand, man. No matter what computer you have and all that stuff, you can get system upgrades within the computer to upgrade its storage and processing power. And I was like, what? And he's like, you can get, and I the way he explained it, he started explaining it. But at the end, he goes, no, you can just download these programs, and then your say you had, I don't know, 250 gigs on your laptop. You can download a program to give you 2500 gig or a terabytes full of, more data. And I go, what? Like he's like, it's external storage and internal storage, and you can upgrade the internal storage. And I go, like the cloud you're talking? He's like, not even the cloud. The cloud is something, but it's different than the cloud. It's on your device. And I couldn't understand. I go, what? You just hit a program to download something, and it gives your storage thing. Like, it's like, well, then what's the point in selling? He's like, not a lot of people know how to do it, right? Like, and I got that. I'm like, but could you help me? And he's like, it'll cost you. And I went, oh, that's why. It costs money. But yeah, I was like, because look, why can't you just make, like, you go to the store and it's a 500 gig laptop. Why not make it several terabytes? Why even have and I was thinking, like, why even have storage at that point? Why just have it, like, because my Gmail keeps telling me you're 90, and here's the thing, it's telling me that for fucking years. It's like, yo, you're at 90%, and I go, at a certain point, when it gets to 100%, it still gives me mail. It goes, and then I go, and then it's like, can you just please delete? I delete like maybe 20, 30 emails, and it's like, all right, you're good enough. You got 95% or whatever. And I go, but like, if I can't send anything or receive any. It'll always give me to receive things. I think it just deletes. It just deletes emails way back. And dude, sitting there on your phone deleting the emails is like, that to me is such like a, there's got to be a better way than to manually, this is what I'm doing, people. I don't know, I might be, this is how dumb I am when it comes to most technology. I manually delete each one individually, and then if I see an email where I go, I might need that email, and it's nothing, you know what I mean? How many times do I need to pull up an email from 2018, you know what I mean, of some shit that popped off that I probably have no use for now? But I scroll through my emails like a fucking old man scrolls through the paper, right? Like trying to find tidbits of knowledge and information. And then it's like the spam. I have to go through spam too and go, oh, that's actually not spam. But again, it doesn't. It's actually an ad that I might want later on, so we'll keep that, right? And it's like, subsequently, I end up having tens of thousands of emails that just get hoarded onto my fucking storage devices. But again, I don't understand. Like, why can't Google or any email thing just have one? Like, there was never a point in time, I think, when there was back in the day when you first had email that it went, your email's full, like, right? Like that doesn't exist. There was just emails coming. But nowadays you get like hundreds and hundreds of emails a day that are just pointless, right? Most of them are spam, and most of them are just ads for shit that you bought something 2 years ago, and you're getting ads for new shit that are kind of similar to that from that same company. It sucks, man. It sucks. Honestly, life does suck if you look at it, if you examine it from that point of view, where it's like every little thing, where it's like, we can upgrade you right now for only 69 cents. And then after that, it's $2 per month. And it's like, why is everything a service that I don't really get to own anymore digitally? It's just, I pay a really low price, but forever. For the rest of your life, you got to pay $2 to get unlimited, not even unlimited email. It's just a bigger storage device on the email, right? And it's like, I hate that. I hate that everything is like with video gaming, for sure, with the battle passes is one thing. But like, I don't want to get a season pass to Microsoft or Gmail, Outlook, Microsoft Outlook or Gmail, so that I can get more fucking mail, more junk that I go, oh, I might need that later on, and I might, That looks like it's just online shopping with one less step. It just comes directly to your fucking email, right? It's like I don't need to spend more money on all of this bullshit, right? And I definitely don't need to spend a couple bucks a month so that I can get more bullshit. Like if my email is full, fuck it, right? Someone tried emailing me and it gets sent back. I'm sure they'll let me know if it was important. That doesn't really happen that much. It'll just fucking, well, yeah. No one emails now. It's just text, call a nigga up, online message, direct message somebody, Instagram message, Snapchat a nigga, Facebook them. All right, it's I don't know, man. I am very like when it comes to those little things, right? And I don't even know where this podcast. I don't even know. It's just one of those. It's a mundane Monday, but honestly, I need to motivate motherfuckers, right? They're people are in your pockets every fucking day. Every day there's someone trying to sell you something. And I thought about this multiple times. People are always like, yo, start a business, we don't need more fucking people starting businesses and shit like that. If your whole business is, all right, we're gonna set someone up with we're gonna set people up with the dopest fucking product, and then slowly make it smaller and smaller so we can maximize profits each and every year. If you're gonna make a business where you can actually provide an abundance of shit, and you can go, you know what, this year we're gonna be good. You know what I mean? We're gonna be good. 2025 is the year that corporations should realize, listen, man, we survived. We survived a pandemic. This year we don't need to triple up our profits or whatever. We don't need to double up our stock price. We don't need to fucking adhere to the shareholders every fucking day. Or every fucking day you guys are trying to find out the most amount of profits, man. Because when you do that, especially with things like healthcare, the CEO ends up getting whacked by some dude that's just like, yo, I've had it. And most normal people, right, go like, they hear that and go, well, yeah, fuck that CEO guy, because he fucked over my mom who had fucking stage 3 cancer, and she got denied. She was fucking paid so much money. The money that she paid into her life insurance policies and their healthcare, whatever, insurance policy, would have fucking definitely paid for it. Like, they should have just gave me the money, but she somehow got denied because she didn't make the claim in time before of the diagnosis. Some bullshit. Where it's crazy, because I've heard they're speaking about that. I think Joe Rogan was talking about this, where he was saying they're now using AI to fucking to deny people's health. Dude, using AI to deny people's healthcare is a wild dystopian future. It's like using AI to deny. Well, no, actually, I don't think I can think of anything more evil than that. That is like on some, like, if you heard that in a dystopian George Orwellian future book where they're like, yeah, we got this super powered AI, spent hundreds of trillions of dollars on it. You know what I mean? Millions and millions of dollars on these computer chips alone, and this sophisticated AI to run the servers that cost so much amount of money and this and that, and it's like, what do you use it to do? Well, we use it to deny old people fucking healthcare. It's fucking bad, man. Like it's and if you honestly think about life like that, like if you think that there's at the end of your route, if you're a pretty girl, a young attractive dude growing up, yeah, the end of your life is a lot quicker than you think, right? And there's so many people like those people in healthcare and whatnot that are literally paid. There's the do nothings. There's these guys. I got nothing. But there's motherfuckers that have jobs that are specifically designed to do nothing but fuck your life over, right? There's people on the other end of tech support going, listen, man, I'm gonna be real. Your shit's broken, right? You can't fix it. There's probably a way you can fix it, But their job is to say, like with Apple, right? Sorry, we got Apple Care, but now the warranty on the device, even though Apple cares, we care about you. The warranty on said device sold. We don't have blase blase blah. So the fucking fire alarm kicked in. So I'm gonna probably wrap it up here. Make sure you like and subscribe. I got a show coming up this month. I got fucking. Yeah, it's crazy to find. We're living in the ghetto for real, man. And a lot of motherfuckers can't say because I'm black that I'm not checking. That's the legit fire alarm throughout the whole building. It's not the fucking smoke detector. That smoke detector was chirping, and I ripped it off. I just ripped it off. Don't know how to change them. I don't know. Don't know. You just rip them off and you never replace them. But I got a song coming out in Practical Smokers. I'm actually probably gonna release it ASAP as soon as possible. Yeah. Other than that, like and subscribe to the podcast. Tell your friends. Hit that notification button. Whatever. Make sure you peep the music too. Mediumjay, Cash Leaders. Yeah, that's it, man. This fucking thing's annoying as fuck, and it's definitely ruining the flow of the podcast. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the gym because I don't want to fucking end up like fucking what's her name? I don't want to end up like Dank Demoss or Dave Blunts.